All right, this is a little odd, but I wanted to get out a new motto that I got in my company, Homescape LLC. Um, it's called 6 months in 6 hours. So me and my assistant established this quote, and it's basically a way to produce more in less time. We factored in we need $100 million in revenue to list on the New York Stock Exchange, which is one of our goals. So we put together this kind of goal list, this business planning on this whiteboard. I kind of want to share with you to get out one main point. Your goals are not action steps, okay? So when you want to get far ahead, you need action steps. So for example, here, what I put here was our track of where we're at today, right? Today we're at $200,000 a year in revenue. We want to double that by the end of the quarter here. And we want to double it every quarter. Now, we have ways that we can double it. For example, rent out all our real estate, optimize our laundromat business, optimize our sales and profits from our consulting and web commerce businesses. And then this is the big way, which is we're going to finance the purchase of profitable real estate and businesses. So we're going to acquire a lot of these revenues. Now, these are goals. They're still goals. Over here are the action steps, right? So for example, I know that when it comes to increasing sales and profits in my consulting business, Craigslist ads work. They work. So the more I put up, right, the more money I make. So instead of just stating your goal, increase sales and profits in your business, write the actual action step, okay? So for example, even this isn't stated correctly. It says 20 Craigslist ads for websites. It really should say put up 20 Craigslist ads on Craigslist for website ads, and then kind of detail what you're actually going to put up so you see the ROI. But in order to get from 6 months of work done in 6 hours, you really want to plan it out and then put the action steps. And here's my goal, right? We want to track to make 400,000 by December 31st. This is our 2-year goal here. So after I write this, my goal, I write down my second set of goals, which is how I'm going to get there, and then the action items. After I'm done writing down these action items, I go back and look at my goal. Why? Because sometimes when you're in the thinking, planning phase, you write things down and then you look back here and you say, well, one of these things may not, and let me do it now. Stage apartment, that helps. Internship program, that helps. India thumbnails, I've already done this. Daily preset YouTube videos, retail shop ready, targeted ads. Yeah, these all work. But what happens is if you write down your list of the things to do, your daily to-do list, this happens on my to-do list daily, right? I write down a list of the things to do. If I don't check back to my main goal, a lot of times there's things on the to-do list that really don't move the needle. They don't push, you forward in your agenda. So keep in mind that your goals are not the things you have to do. Your goals are the first part. Once you have your goals, you want to write down your action steps. I call this the to-do list, but it could be your action steps. Now, if you guys are wondering what this is, these are my numbers. So how much we owe, how much we have making in, how much we have in credit lines, mainly our debtors, not necessarily our revenues. But I just wanted to share that with you. And more importantly, the new model at Homescape. 6 months in 6 hours, right? If you keep that agenda, if you keep that train of thought, I always tell all my employees, there's technologies out there now that allow us to do 6 months of work in 6 hours. And if you find that technology before your competition finds it, you're going to go leaps and bounds ahead. And if you set that standard for yourself, if you set that standard, look, our goal is to get 6 months of work done in 6 hours, then at least you'll get it closer, right? I'm not promising that you'll do 6 months of work in 6 hours, but you'll definitely be a lot more efficient. Look for technologies, look for hacks, look for people that have already done it, roadmaps already established. Look for templates, right? Guides, maps that are already set in place for you to win. You don't have to recreate the wheel. I think a large superpower in entrepreneurialism is not learning from your mistake. It's learning from other people's mistakes. That way you don't have to make the mistake in the first place. I hope this was helpful. Remember, action steps after the goals. Make sure you write the action steps after the goals and focus on 6 months of work in 6 hours. Use technology, use the hacks, learn, keep learning, plan it out before you act. Once you write down your action and your to-do list, double check to make sure it's actually moving the needle on your goals. I hope this was helpful. If you like it, subscribe to the page, like the page, share it if you think somebody else will help be useful for it, or if somebody else can use this information. And we'll tune in next time.